Hey guys, happy Thursday. So excited to have everybody on here. And you will notice there is Chaz on as well. If you've ever tuned into any of our chats, you would know that we hit the truth bomb pretty hard and we are just real people. And we're going to tell you like it is because that's how we are. We're real people. So before we hopped on, me and Chaz were discussing about having an online business and why it is super important, especially this day and age, because the new rich is online money. And let's face it, if you don't have a side business in your pocket, you're losing out on so much opportunity. And I'm not just saying you should start a side business to quit your job. Not by any means. You can if you work that hard, which are my goals for another 5 years. But to always have something in your back pocket because you never know where this world is going to take you, and you never know when the online world is going to blow up for you and you're going to make so much money. And I don't know if you guys know, but Chaz, she also has her own online business and she specializes in giving people the high vibes that they need to support themselves in their businesses. And she guides you through difficult times and learning how to deal with yourself and all sorts of other things. So I love getting on here with Chaz, and this is the topic we're going to talk start with, and we'll just see where it goes.
That's why I love talking with you because it's always, let's see where it goes. Because it always
Yeah,
goes someplace to what somebody needs to hear for the day. And so,
exactly.
yes. So you were telling me about the spiritual awakening that you had at your work thing last night.
Yes.
So
So
what's
I don't know
that
if
all
any of you
about?
guys know. Yeah. I don't know if anybody of you guys know, but I did quit my career in accounting of 17 plus years, 16 plus years, and I'm now working in this property management company and I freaking love these people. They are so my vibe, and I just had a lot of awakenings during our trip at the Padres game last night, and I just opened up to a new realm of marketing and how to market this business for them. And I just kind of showed them a way of how we should do things every time we're in public. We should all be wearing matching jackets and just like the marketing side of things, even though that's not really my background. But because I have my online business, I'm open to a new realm of way of doing things in life. And I think it's coinciding with each other. And that brings it back to this topic of you have to always have something in your back pocket, regardless if you love what you do, you don't want to quit your job, you love being in this environment. Hey, I get it. But having something in your back pocket and something to call your own is so beneficial on top of learning something new. When you're constantly in a realm of learning new things and adapting to things and implementing things, your brain operates on a higher level because you're constantly using brain cells that you don't normally use throughout the day if you're doing something on a repeat burnout lifestyle. So I was just talking about how I'm super proud that I have a side business, but I'm also working for these people because starting my side business is intertwining with helping them as well. So I was just like, wow, I had like this just like awakening last night, and it was pretty fucking bad.
Who knew you could have that at a baseball game?
Yeah, seriously.
What you said about marketing, because marketing is like my jam. Like, I know I'm just naturally good at marketing because I've been in it forever. And so but it's just a natural thing because that's how I believe business and marketing should be. It should just be an extension of who you are, right? And so, like, your day job can maybe satisfy maybe one area of your life and help you feel fulfilled that way. And then having a side gig and like killing it at your side gig is just like almost another way for you to express yourself. And so that maybe you might feel really boxed in and limited in your day job, and you might still love it at the same time, right? Like you can feel both things at the same time. But then having the side gig, having the side business allows just for a new way to be creative. And I was just thinking that I was just texting with a friend this morning, and it's like some coaches aren't necessarily good coaches. Some people in business, but they're good marketers. And then there's the good marketers who are like really shitty at their jobs or like
Right.
their job or business. They're really like they're just not good at what they're promoting, but they're good marketers, right? And so let's say, for example, like your property management company that you're working for, maybe they're super good at managing properties, but not so good at marketing, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. They're like the world's best marketers, and like they got clients coming out of their yin yang, but then they're totally dissatisfied with their service because they're shitty property managers, right? And
Right.
so I just had to throw that out there because you can be really like I would like people always ask like what do I start? You know, like how do I know what kind of side gig to start? And I'm very much as like I said, having something that allows to you to express yourself, allows you to express the things that you love, to do more of the things that you love. And like maybe you are in marketing in your day job and maybe you want to do something more your style on the sideline. So follow that, explore that, see what that might be, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So I just had to rant about that for a little bit.
No, I like that. And I'm glad you said all that because it's very true, but I also wanted to touch that I don't think it's something you're born with because I was never good at marketing per se.
Hmm.
Had I not found this business and found the platform that teaches you the skill set that you need, that's how I've been able to implement this in my life. Mind you, I did accounting for so many years, and accounting in the finance world, everybody is so introverted, and stepping out of their box and doing marketing would scare the shit out of me had I not done all these courses to learn them. So it's also a skill set that you adapt to, and you once you learn, you either find out if this is your thing or if it's not. And that's another piece to it is that people don't realize you might have skills that you have no idea you know until you actually dive into it and you learn these skill sets and you're like, holy shit, I'm good at it. And holy shit, I love it. That's what brought me to this business is because like I had no idea how to market myself online or how to build my brand. Like none of that was ever anything that I would have been able to come up with on my own. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And had I not learned and implemented and kept doing this, I wouldn't have gained the skills. So
Yeah.
I think it's something you're born with, but some people aren't aware to it yet.
Right?
For
And then,
sure.
and like, we really make things a lot more complicated than they need to be. And
Yeah.
so, like, a lot of people won't start a side gig or a side business because they're like, I don't want to be the sleazy salesperson. I don't want to be the manipulative person. And so then they don't. And like, then they go somewhat unfulfilled in the rest of their life. And I
Mhm.
just, like you said, like, marketing is a skill that you learn and you grow on, and but it can also be super simple when you like really break it down. It's like it is super simple. Marketing is all about building relationships with people. Like that's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. So it's like, okay, how do I market online? You freaking talk to people. You know,
Yeah.
how do I market my business at like a baseball game? You freaking talk to people.
Yeah.
Right?
It's,
And like
it
be
should
in
be
your
so
brand,
easy to
like
do.
right, and build your brand at the same time. That's where coming like wearing the jackets or like having like your fonts and your colors and all the things and your graphics on your social media posts like all kind of align. But it's really just like simple as just like talking to people and more so listening to people. That's
Yeah.
like the big thing. Like that's how I've found it really easy to build rapport with people and to market is just like asking questions and being genuinely curious about people. So, like, and if you just like approach marketing it that way, it's not so scary. You're not
Right.
manipulating anybody into doing something that they don't want to do because that's like such a big fear on old style marketing. But it's like, why not just keep it as like we're just sitting here chatting and all of a sudden I find that like your water tastes like shit and it makes you feel gross, then I can be like, hey dude, can you hook me up with that water thing?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, like just
So
keeping
many
it just super
people.
open. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. And the same thing, like, I told everybody at my work, I was like, I bought a huge water jug and I'm going to bring it to the office and you guys can all drink it. Because I feel like once we're all drinking this water, they're all going to be like, this is the shit, and they're going to want to buy the machines. Not, I'm not trying to say it in a marketing way, but I'm just thinking of it as a health thing, and I want them to feel what it feels like to actually be drinking ionized water and not plastic tap water, because
Right?
your brain functions at a higher level when you're completely hydrated. That's the problem with America right now, is everybody is operating on this dehydrated level
Hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
low caliber, and you're not doing things to uplift your body, mind, soul, spirit. And that comes with also a business. Like, you want to be doing things that light you up, like you said. You want to be doing things that fulfill you. And if you're not doing things constantly that fulfill you, what are you really freaking doing? You're just
Right?
living
So
a repeat lifestyle.
yeah, and so you make this so natural for you. It's just that because you're leading with, I want to help people. I want to help people feel like what it's like to drink ionized water. I want to help people like taste it, to like not smell it.
Yeah.
You know, and so then and because you've experienced this, it's easy for you to just naturally talk about it. Like you just want people to experience these things. And so I find that when people have a hard time, like marketing their business or what to post online, it's more so is that they haven't found like that thing that they love about what they're selling. And so then
What
it's
lights them
hard to
up?
sell it, right?
Exactly. And I always tell people all the time, dive into this business, see if it's for you. If you don't feel aligned, you don't feel aligned. There's so many businesses out there. You don't have to jump in this business. You don't have to do anything, but you do need to find something that you feel aligned with, and find something that literally lights your soul on fire, because that's how I found this business. Granted, I've been approached by many different online businesses and different ways of doing things, but I've never felt my soul be lit on fire and be able to talk about topics naturally, like you said. And coming from a place of experience, and not just I'm telling you what to do and this is how you do it. Like, I'm just telling you what works for me and what has made me successful, and who knows, it could be something that makes you successful too.
Right? It's funny because like we're on the same wavelength with this new era of marketing, and it is really just like talking about what lights you up and like just expressing yourself and your love for what you're doing to others. Whereas like when I first joined Mary Kay, it was like here's the script. Memorize the script for your party. Make your list of like 50 people that you will invite to your party and call them up using this script. And like I just never like I'm a good rule follower and I'm a good student, so I can do all those things. But I was like, I just hate this. This doesn't feel like this is not my own business.
Natural.
I'm really
Yeah.
just selling for you
Yeah.
and for Mary Kay, and it's not feeling like me. I don't wear makeup. Like I wear
Mhm.
eyeliner and that is it. You know, I don't wear
Yeah.
foundation. Some days I put on lotion, some days I don't put on lotion. You
Yeah.
know, like, and so it just felt like really out of alignment for me to be selling something. And I think that's a key thing that people want in maybe a side gig for the money. And so then they just follow the script. They just go through the motion and follow the script that's given them because then they can get the money.
Right.
And that like fades really quickly. And
Right.
like,
That's how
because
the
then as
burnout
soon as you
starts.
don't get the money, or as soon as you don't get the money, you're like, I'm out, you know, like, because it does take a lot of work to build a business, right? And so if you're not in it for like the self expression, the self fulfillment, the self satisfaction, and the
Mm,
money,
mm,
then like, what are you in it for? The self fulfillment,
exactly.
that can be a hobby, but it's the money attached with the fulfillment that's what makes it a business, really.
Exactly. Just nail on the head right there, because that's exactly what it's about. And I've seen so many people join businesses and they're doing it for the money, but the potential is there. The potential is there. I mean, yes, I think that in my head, but I don't lead with it. I lead with it as this lifestyle. And I want people to understand that doing things that light your soul on fire and being in this like flow of alignment, it's the greatest thing in the whole wide world. Money just comes after. You don't need to worry about money when you're in a high vibe, high alignment, because that's that's what life is about. It's not about the money. I'm sure everybody's heard the um, money doesn't give you happiness. It's true, it doesn't. Happiness starts
Hmm.
within. When you're not in full alignment with your business, then it's gonna die out. Just like she said, you're gonna get burnt out, you're gonna get tired, and you're gonna fail at it.
Hmm. And that's what keeps us in business, right? Like I've been in this business since 2019. And so like there was a big coaching boom in 2020 and most of them don't exist anymore. Like I follow up with people that I connected with in 2020 and they're like, I'm no longer doing that business. I'm no longer doing that. And it's like, yeah, because you're in it for something to do during COVID and you're in it for the money, right? But it's
Yeah.
like find that thing that like lights you up. Like, and I just think that we're all given like gifts. We're all given thoughts, like I might say God, universe, whatever it is, but we're given like talents, gifts, like strengths, however you want to identify these things. We are given some and then we can develop some and it's to make the world a better place, right? And it's like to for the greater good. And like so many of us then don't feel fulfilled because we're not using our gifts, we're not using our strengths, we're just going through the motions of doing accounting, even though we're kind of good at it and we can do
Yep.
it. But it's
Yep.
like just because you can do something, that doesn't mean that that's what you're meant to do it. So then it feels like my soul's kind of getting stuck doing accounting. I can say this
Yes.
because like I can do accounting. I fucking hate accounting, but I can do it, but I hate it, you know? Whereas like I can do marketing and I love it because it's about building relationships, right? So it's just natural for me. And it took a long time to own that because I'm like, I don't want to be the sleazy, manipulative salesperson of like my growing up era. Like, I don't want to be that way.
Yeah.
I want to do things my way that feels authentic to me. And I think that that's what women in particular are really looking for is that thing that feels like good to them, that feels in alignment with them. Not just the money. The money is like a really added bonus. But really that like our satisfaction and fulfillment comes from doing and expressing our gifts, expressing ourselves, expressing our loves, doing what you love, love what you do. Super cliche, but why can't we do it?
Right. And it's so true when you're having true, authentic conversations with people and it's not forced, it's not a freaking script. You just move naturally throughout your day and your business and it enhances you. And I've noticed having these authentic conversations with people, I've caught myself like, wow, dude, I'm amazing. I've stepped up my game because it used to scare the shit out of me to use social media to even reach out to people, period, and to reach out to people I didn't know. Hell no, I wouldn't be doing that. But like you said, like with Mary Kay example, like people were using, so let's just put it this way. The internet is huge. It's all over the whole wide world. Everybody has social media. Everybody. My
Hmm.
12-year-old sister, like everybody has
Hmm.
social media. And back in the day when Mary Kay was a huge thing, well, they're huge still, but you know what I mean. When
Hmm.
they, were first recruiting people, it was like a script. You do parties, and this is how you attract people into your business. And you tell them to bring friends, and then they bring friends, and then you give them a script, and then you read this, and then you branch out. There's so many different ways to do businesses, and the way that the internet works now is you can actually be your true authentic self, and you're a magnet, and you attract those people to you because they're like, holy hell, this girl talks about real stuff. I really want to be around her spirit. I want to like get her knowledge. I want to see what she's about. And that's how people are attracted to our pages because we market ourselves in a way of true authenticity, and we're just being us, and people are fucking attracted to that. They don't want to be following the sleazy sale people that are like, you should buy my product, it works, I swear. I've never used it before, but I swear it works. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you're in a different realm of people than you are just, doing parties and selling people.
Yeah, and like you said, like it just becomes like authentic. Like this is who you are, and that's where ease and flow, like that's what I'm all about is like creating ease and flow in your marketing is like it comes from just being yourself. Introverted, extroverted. It doesn't matter. Like people I just was writing a post on being introverted again. Like when I first started my business, it was all marketing for introverts, and then I kind of like the branched went more vague. But now I'm like, let's talk to the introverts of the world again because I think we got forgotten for a little bit. And people will be like, "Oh, you're not an introvert." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Like, we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go have a nap because I need to recharge before I can get back to doing some other work.
I'm the
You know,
same way.
but I can show up because I love it. You know,
Yes.
I love talking to you. I love social media because, like, this live, if even one person watches it, it's like way better than me having to go to a networking event and leave my house
Yes.
and commute. And, like, so we have, and like, I got like 2,700 people on my Instagram, and like, I can have an audience. Like, if I do a live and like 20 people see this live, that's like 20 people that I didn't see yesterday that I didn't have to go to a networking event for, you know? And so,
Yeah.
us introverts, I just think we got to like just embrace the love that social media is, where we don't have to leave our house. We don't actually have to like be in the energy of others. And so, it's not quite as exhausting. And then it's just like introverts are thinkers, right? Like, we're thinkers, we're processors, and like that is the world's greatest gift on social media.
Yeah.
It's like to think
True.
about, like, yeah, we get into overthinking, but it's like this is your strength, is thinking, and you can come up with things to help people to like express what you're feeling and express what you're working on, like in your own way, you know? So, anyways, that was just a little rant about introverts.
No, that's good. It's totally true because I was actually having a conversation with a girl who I became really close with because of the internet. And I've never physically met her. I've just met her on social media and we video chatted. And we actually had a phone call conversation a couple nights ago. And she said, I could never do what you do. You're really good at what you do. And I was like, thank you. I really appreciate that. But you know that I built this, right? Like I never was this from the beginning. I'm still an introvert. I'm still, very shy when I don't know people. But the internet has given me a way to open myself up to being an extrovert, but without being in that energy field and not feeling overwhelmed or not feeling like, just like that rush of like anxiety, I guess I would say. And like you said, it's easy to keep your peace, but still do what you need to do and then go recharge, take a nap, go walk in the sun, go lay in the sun. Like that's, same thing for me. Like I'm introvert, extrovert, I'm like right on the cusp.
Hmm.
And these things allow me to still be able to do extrovert things, but still in my introvert environment.
Because I know, like, when, like, I've been in coaching world and business world forever, but like, and helping people start their businesses, a lot of people were like, I can't do that, Chas. I can't show up on social media and market my business. I can't market my business in person because I'm not an extrovert. Like, I don't have the gift of gab. I don't have the gift of like wanting to be around everybody. And I'm like, that's great. Could you imagine how crazy the world would be if everybody was an extrovert? Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean, and if you actually look at the top leaders in like Fortune 500 companies, I would venture to guess that all of them are introverts
Yes,
who's,
1000%. The leader of
right?
our company at the property management company, I was talking to him and he's like, I'm actually an introvert, so being in public is very hard for me. And I was like,
Yep.
wow,
Yeah, right.
wow.
So it's super hard for him to be in public, and he acknowledges that, right? And so then hires a marketing team, right? And then, or he could learn it himself, or, but he's just got more of a team anyways. But,
And that's the
right?
piece. That's
Like,
the piece is like you start a business and the things that you're not good at, you delegate for people to do. So like
preach.
like he did for his business for the property management. He's good at the numbers. He's good at placing the business as the way it should be. But marketing and being in public is not his thing. So he's hired people to do that. It's the same with this business. There's things that I love doing about this business, and there's things that I hate. I hate selling shit. It's not my fucking thing. So I have a
Hmm.
sales team that does all the sales for me. They take care of that business aspect. I hate posting things on the internet. So I have things set up so that everything gets posted on a weekly basis and I don't have to do it daily. It just automatically posts. There's things
Hmm.
to do in businesses to focus on the things that you really love and that light you up. And I think that's where people get twisted and they get very overwhelmed because there are a lot of moving pieces. But once you are a part of a community or you have a guidance by someone amazing, you understand that you start small and you build. And then once you get to
Mm.
certain aspects is when you're like, okay, I can delegate this to these people. I don't need to handle this. They can do this. I can use a funnel for that. I can use this for that. Like there's so many pieces in the business, and that's what's so freaking cool about online businesses. And everybody needs an online business regardless of how much money you're making. Get an online business and start it right now, because it's just like buying gold and buying silver. You need to have something, right?
Why? So I'm just like, okay, I know why I believe I think it's like a great way to express yourself. Why do you think that everybody should have their own business side gig?
Honestly, it's exactly what I said in the beginning. You don't know what your true passions are or what you're really freaking good at until you try something new and challenge yourself. Because, like I said, I never would have showed up on social media. You would have never seen me doing a live. You would have never seen me write posts that are very vulnerable and talking about myself and talking about my past. Like, I have a
Or
crazy
like,
past. I
girl,
have to.
like you're like in like the bikini roller skating down the boardwalk. Like, do introverts do that? Who are like super scared of like being seen? No.
That's my like introvert extrovert. So I could do something like that, roller skate with my mom with my bikini on down the beach, boardwalk, whatever. But then as soon as that's over, okay, the rest of the weekend I'm not doing
Yep.
anything.
That's why I don't personally like Mondays are really hard for me because I just spent like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday socializing with all these people, and now I'm just like I don't want to talk to anybody for at least 3 days.
Yes. It's so true. And it also comes down to actually knowing yourself and being able to feel when you need to take that break. Because that's the other piece too, is like truly getting to know yourself. And I talk about it all the time that starting a business is 80% self development, 20% strategy, because you really
Hmm.
do need to truly love yourself and truly know yourself inside and out, body, mind, and spirit, and be able to know, like, okay, I just spent 3 days doing marketing stuff. I need to spend the next 2 days laying on the beach, enjoying the sand, reading a book, enjoying the sun. Like, recharge yourself. And you have to know that, because that's also another piece that gets to the people when they burn out and they feel overwhelmed and anxiety sets in, because they're not doing things to recharge themselves and relight them up.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like we could, I think we've already had a live on burnout, but like
Mhm.
since we're talking about it, it's like that bank account. Like you can only take from it so much and you go in the negative and that's when you burn out. So you gotta like offset it. You gotta put the deposits in with like things that you love to do, things that feel satisfying and good to you, you know? You gotta like so like and that's how you can build a business sustainably is by managing that bank account, like that emotional, spiritual, energetic, like bank account, right? Of
Exactly.
like, yeah, sometimes you might have to do things that might just like drain you a little bit. Ideally, we want to get rid of those stressors altogether, but sometimes you just can't. And but if you can then offset it with like things that you love to do, so okay, fine, I gotta go on a live with Chess. This is gonna drain my soul, but then I can go rollerblading or roller skating. That lights me up and re-energizes me. So it's like keeping
And
that
let's be
bank account on
clear,
the positive.
these lives, let's be clear, these lives actually light me up. So they
I
don't
know.
drain me.
That's why you do them every week, right? Like, that's why
Exactly.
you do them consistently
Yep.
and because you love it, not because this is like the script that you were handed when you started your business that like this is what you have to do every week. It's because this is what you're choosing and how you're choosing to market yourself and your business. And you love doing it, but maybe you didn't think you would love it until you started doing
Exactly.
it more consistently, right?
Exactly. Would have never showed up doing lives. Like when I was first told that, the people in this business create webinars and they bring people to the webinars, I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And here I am doing them once a month with my team and doing lives. Like, stop using the word can't and
Yeah.
don't, because those
Yeah.
things block you. You have no fucking idea what you're capable of until you actually step out of that comfort zone box, do something new, challenge yourself, and find out what you fucking love and lights
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah, right? When I first started doing videos, I owned my gym. So this is 2010. So I started doing videos, and my husband's a videographer, and my husband's a perfectionist, and I am neither. And so, but it was like, this is how you market. Like, you got to make the videos to put out on the YouTube and to build your audience and use that as a lead magnet and all the thing. And so I'd make these videos, have a great time doing them, scared to death, like first few videos that I made, and because I didn't feel like I always looked the part of the gym owner, and so then there is that whole mind shit drama. But then I got over. I don't care how I fucking look.
Yeah,
I don't. That's the biggest thing in the fitness industry is like I don't care who I fucking look. I have fitness models that worked at my gym. I don't need to be one. They can.
exactly.
But like I learned to love doing videos and got easier and they got easier to do so that like now I can do videos quite easily and I don't use a script. I don't use anything because I've been doing it for 13 years,
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't have been like this if I were to just start like last week. Like
right.
so just be gracious on yourself that like you don't have to do the things that are scaring you in marketing, but maybe try it, you
Yes.
know?
Never know. It's so true. Like,
Right?
it's literally always said everywhere. The stuff that scares you and challenges you is going to be your greatest asset in life because it's going to put you in a new realm of way of thinking, way of life, and you don't
Uh-huh.
take steps down once you reach that level. So each challenge pushes you higher and higher into a different realm, and once you feel comfortable in that realm, you know that you're in a happy place and you're operating from authenticity and just high vibes. There is no negative aura in that realm.
Yeah.
That's what,
So good. So
yeah.
good.
And I
So
think I was
good.
challenged last night, being at the Padre game. Like, I'm super uncomfortable in big crowds when I'm by myself, and we're all team members, but we all had different tasks to do. Like, somebody wanted a beer, I wanted to go pee, another person wanted to go get a shirt. So we were all kind of separated for a little bit, and I was by myself, and that shit scared the shit out of me. But I just like no negativity was in my mind. Like it scared me, but I just went about it and no negative thoughts came about because I was just in a higher realm and that's higher than the negativity. So the negativity kind of just varies and gets washed away.
Did anything bad happen to you?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Right? The stories that we tell ourselves in our minds to make things more
Seriously.
complicated and all the
And that's
things,
what
right?
anxiety starts with. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Right?
love our lives. We always talk about
I
such
know.
good stuff.
So good. So good.
So, so good. That's why I try not to put a topic on any of the stuff we talk about because we go in so many different directions, but we cover exactly what needs to be talked about.
Right? Yeah, it's like the
Exactly.
list. Here's what we talk about today. Too long, doesn't fit on a little marketing thing.
Yep. Yep. And we don't follow scripts, so
Right? We don't follow scripts.
well, thank you so much, Chaz, and of
Thank you, my
course, it
love.
was so nice chatting with you, and we're gonna connect soon.
Yes, we are. I'll
Okay,
DM you
bye
about that. I
guys.
got an idea while we were talking. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm excited. We'll jot that
Hmm.
down.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.